There's a very specific energy that we're sitting in right now. So let's do an energy update to help you understand how to navigate through this one. The energy that we're in started out as the great pause, which was lovely. That was the energy of, okay, let's take a moment. Life on the outside is going to carry on. You're going to get a little bit slower, more connected. That's generally what a pause is. But for many people, the pause went much deeper and it became a grinding halt. Why would that have happened? Why would the pause have started out so beautifully and it was aiming to move from a pause to a redirect, which it still is, but there's this very interesting, almost like an offshoot of the pause, which is now, for want of a better way of saying it, more like a grinding halt. So what does that look like for you? The grinding halt is where you're so used to pushing yourself. You're so used to carrying on regardless. But you can't right now. You can't push beyond where you are, and please don't even try, because that's the energy that's going to wound you and take you out and take you down and not just bring you to a grinding halt, but break you. Where life wants to elevate you. That's what all of this is for. All of this is what's the quickest way to bring you into higher alignment. And when we went into the great pause as a collective of light workers, we did exceptionally well at realigning. That's what the pause was meant to do. Bring us into a realignment, bring us into a recalibration, kind of like a little reboot. Nice. But we are overachievers. We did so beautifully at that not all, but a great section of the light workers said, okay, let's go beyond the pause. Let's take this deeper and move into an actual stop, which is very scary because we're so used to ignoring ourselves. When you're thirsty, for example, you carry on working because, you got things to do. And when you're hungry, well, not now, appetite, go away. And when you have needs and when you have wants and when you have desires, we're so used to overriding all of that. This is not the time. This is the time to truly listen. You're not floundering. If you feel like everything's a little bit weird and we're so used to having momentum. Right now, there's no momentum, which again gives that surreal experience of now. That you may look at your world and go, something's wrong. This energy is so intense. But what's happening in it, it feels almost like you're trudging through mud, but you can see where you want to go. You can see I want to move forward and your eyes can see it. The frustration though is, but I can't get there. The more I try to move, the more I get stuck in the mud, the more frustrated you might become. That's why I want to make this video for you. I want to make it short and sweet and just give you a little bit of not just encouragement, but understanding that this energy that we're in is spectacular, but you've got to know how to use it. This is where you slow down everything. Slow down your breath. You're going to feel almost as if your heart rate is slowing down. Why? Because we're so used to being frenetic and out there and distracted. And what's happening right now is all of that external reality that you were plugged into, all of the illusion is fading, bringing you into the pause or the stopping point, whichever one it is for you. In fact, why don't you let me know in the comments? I'm really curious to find out, are you at a stop? Do you feel that? I certainly did for a couple of days. I feel a little bit more momentum happening. For me, where are you? This is how it came up for me. I felt the pause. And then I thought, oh, lovely, pause, redirect. I could feel the redirect and I engaged with the redirect. And then suddenly it was like, poof, unplug again, pause again, but this time deeper. I developed insomnia. I couldn't sleep. I was like a zombie, but it was almost, I know it sounds weird, but it was almost a really healing space to be, because the only thing that I could do was just, I couldn't even string together a sentence to do a video for you guys. So I really had to just be here, be with me. And I knew, Kerry, if you can do this, then you can show them how. You can show them. So just surrender to now. See, the brain wants to move us forward all the time. Every day I had that. My brain was going, Kerry, you've got to put out a newsletter, you've got to write a new blog, you've got to do this, you've got to make a video, you haven't done a video for a couple of days. Bring yourself, Kerry, into that pause, because I knew it. This is what the light workers are going to use to elevate themselves from and by and with. So really allow yourself to consciously engage with that inner stillness, which ironically is the place that so many of us ran so far away from because this was confrontational. What happens? You face yourself. Whether it's the pause or the stop, you get very real, very authentic. It's kind of like taking stock of your life. It's kind of like this inhale and you're waiting to exhale. And when you do, it's going to be relief. And when you do, that exhale is just going to feel like flow is happening again. But in the interim, be present. Yes, it's intense. Yes, what you're going through, other people may not necessarily be going through. You're going through this because you're a front runner. Now, whether you call yourself star seed, light worker, spiritual warrior, human being, doesn't matter what you call yourself. You're watching this because you've at some point gone through a spiritual awakening. You are working with consciousness, which is what a light worker is, you guys. You don't have to write a dissertation and study for 6 years and then see if you're accepted by some board. A light worker is quite simply a being who works with light. And that's you. And you are front running this energy for the planet, which means the wave that hits you as the front runner will feel more intense. In a sense, you're breaking the wave, right? So can you imagine that? This universal cosmic wave comes and it hits the planet, and then there's all of these gorgeous light workers that just go running. How brave, how courageous, go running out to meet that wave. The next video that I want to do for you guys, it's going to be a really interesting one. It's going to be about soul contracts, and I can't wait to bring that to you. It's not quite the right time, maybe a day, maybe 2. Let's just see. So please do subscribe, like, follow, do what you need to do just to stay connected and stay tuned. The video that I want to bring through for you about soul contracts is going to be the where to next, because from the pause or the halt, there's going to be people going, okay, now what? Question mark, question mark. Who am I now? Where do I go now? So we're going to talk about the reorientation and the bringing back of flow, bringing back of momentum. Final analogy I want to leave you with. You know what happens in a tsunami? And no, I'm not implying that a wave is going to crash on your head and that life is going to come crashing down on you. In a tsunami, what happens? The ocean gets drawn back into itself. In your pause, you're being drawn back into yourself so that you can come back out again. But this time so that you can almost be rebirthed, a fresh, renewed, and heightened energy. Everything that you're going through right now elevates you, but you must be here. Don't push past this. Surrender. Don't you love that word? I know a lot of people don't. That's why I'm asking you, don't you love that word? Surrender is not something I want you to battle with. Go do a guided meditation. If you're battling, if you feel like you need to control where you are right now, please just go do a guided meditation. Join the Plasma Light Tribe. Find the support that you need to. It's on my website. It's in your heart. It's here in the light working community. We've got you, baby. You're not alone. You're not going through this as if this is only you and it's all confusing. Look at the support that surrounds you. 2 tools I'm going to give you. Right? 2 tools. Gratitude. Get really grateful for the life that you have. Get really grateful even if you've looked at your life and said, but I don't like this and I don't like that and that's out of place and that's not working. Look at it through renewed eyes. Use your pause to do this. Get grateful. And if you can't find something to be grateful for, then use the second tool, which is get humble. Gratitude and humility are the 2 tools. They are my dinner guests, so I'm going to go open the door for them. I got this gorgeous dinner planned. Wish you guys were joining. Mwah, from my heart all the way to yours. God, wouldn't that be cool? All of us sitting at a table. Ooh la la, a feast to end all feasts. I hope you feel the love. You are so loved. You are so held. You are so supported.